Product photography with this Hanji Leather Pen Case. I was sent this case from an ad agency. They wanted to pay me to do something with it, and what better in my case to do product photography. I'm going to go into that in this video. I have a link in the description for it. I wanted to feature all the aspects of this pouch in the photos. On the inside, we have two different areas for pens or pencils, and do have flaps on the top. And we've got a zippered pouch for anything else that you want to put into it. There's a large strap to wrap it around the case itself to keep it closed. Very nice. Let's start with the equipment I used for this photo shoot. The Nikon Z5, 28mm, 40, 85, and also macro tubes. The macro tubes are very important in this situation. It's a relatively small product, and I have to get close. I want to get some detailed shots, so having those macro tubes in this case works well. You can use a dedicated macro lens, which will be a nice option, but I don't have that available in this mount. I have this area set up and dedicated for the most part. It's got two lights, one large with a softbox. This is a continuous light, constant light for videography, but it works well for photos. That has a fixed color temperature of 5600 Kelvin. It's a Weeylite Ninja 20. I had that set to the 20% power. Could do a lot more with it if I needed to, but it's fine at that power level. That's the key light. On the other side of the table, I have a panel light. It's up higher, pushing light downwards and from the back. So I've got somewhat of a clamshell style lighting, but a little bit different. For that area, it's relatively limited on space. It works well. I get lighting that I'm happy with. Both the lights are at 5600 Kelvin color temperature, and then I also set the camera itself to 5600 Kelvin. The lights probably aren't amazingly accurate, but it's good enough just to get a baseline starting point. With the different lenses, the 20 is going to give you more of an epic style of photo. You have to get pretty close with that, especially with the smaller product. 40mm is kind of a simple general purpose option, depending on what your scene is, what your composition is. With the 85mm lens, you can use it alone, but you're just not going to get very close to the product, so I tended to use the macro tubes with the 85mm lens, and that way I can get very close and I still have a good amount of working distance. I had a bunch of materials. I picked up some stuff from Michael's, the craft store, get a few options for backdrops and such. I had two sheets of foam, brown and gray. I was thinking this would be great for lighting because it gives it a very different texture compared to paper, and it did work out well in that case. I had some cardstock squares, just different colors, and then one with a map on it. I didn't look closely at the map. It's of the United States, which doesn't make sense with a Korean pen case, but I did take a few test photos at least. Various pens and pencils. This is what I had on hand. One of them was a little higher class looking. It was wood and had my name on it, so I tended to use that one in the photos mostly. My favorite brand of pens are Zebra. Try to use those as well. They're a little bit nicer looking than some of the other ones. I did have a few items to use in the zippered pouch, tiny little Polaroid Go photos, and also I used some gaffer tape. Gaffer tape, if you are unfamiliar, is a no residue tape. So if you don't want to damage surfaces, that's usually a good option. Now you have to be careful with some things like foam, but in this case it didn't have any issues with that specific foam. Let's go over all of the different compositions and scenes I set up with this photo shoot. First off, just doing simple composition, the product itself with the packaging included. Nothing too exciting, just getting simple photos, trying to get motivated, get started, think of ideas as you go along, just taking photos. I moved on to using the background materials. In this case, the US map didn't work out too well, but tried a few things. With the colored cardstocks, I was trying to figure out which one might work best considering the color of the case itself versus the color of the cardstock. I decided on the purple, so I went with that. I do think it's a nice combination with that somewhat of a teal color. In this situation, focus stacking probably would have been the best option because the cardstocks are very small. I had to get very close to the subject. But I didn't do that. It's just a consideration if you do this type of photography. Moved on to the foam sheets. I think this was my favorite material to use for this photo shoot. It really absorbs the light well and works out nicely as a backdrop. You can get a smooth texture in the background. From the table to the wall, nice smooth transition. These were larger, which was nice, but they weren't large enough. I still had some limitations on composition. The gray foam versus the brown foam. I think the brown foam, of course, gave a more warm look to the photos, but with editing, you can get whatever you feel you want to go for on style. Overall, I liked both foam pieces. That's a really nice material for this type of photography. There will be a little bit of damage and such, or just like odd portions of the foam, which cause some issues, but you can edit that in post. I did use a small little USB power bank to hold up the case in different positions. That worked nicely. Just need something that has enough weight to it compared to whatever your product is. Moved on to using the pens with with the case, trying to get some examples of what you could do with it. I have that wooden pen, which I tend to use most of the time. It has my name on it, which is fine, but obviously I could clone that out and remove that portion if I needed to. With this and how close I was getting, I should have used even smaller apertures, pulled out a tripod, but the photos are decent enough for a simple example of composition. I added additional props with those little Polaroids for the zippered area, trying to give various perspectives here, moving around, trying different angles, seeing what might work in photos. In the moment, I'm not super concerned of the results, just trying to get as many as possible so that later on I can look and see, oh yeah, that works well, that works well. And I could also do a second photo shoot if I missed a few things that I thought of after looking at some results. The back screen is fine to get a little simple preview, but you're not going to get a lot of information compared to a nice large screen. I use those macro tubes to get close and to get some details on the manufacturing, the quality of the product. Looks good in that case, nice stitching. So if you want to highlight that in product photos, I think that's a good idea. I use that 28mm lens for more dramatic shots, pulled out the zebra pens, things like that. So to get a nice mix of options with the photos. Close-ups are great, but also getting all the product in the photo, trying to feature that is a good idea. I tried to create a use case story with these NASA coloring pages and the colored pencils, as well as a pencil sharpener. The goal there is to give any potential customers an idea of what you might want to use it for, what you could potentially do with it. This is my favorite from a visual perspective. There's a lot of color here. A lot of stuff going on. You can see the full product, or at least a large portion of it. You have some ideas of what you might want to do with it. I was able to highlight that zippered area with the pencil sharpener. This worked out really well in this case with all of the options and what I had available to make that use case. In addition to that, I pulled out those colored cardstocks and just added it to the scene for a little bit more color. It's tough with that teal of the case, but I think it worked out. Last off, I added a little bit of RGB lighting with those cardstocks as the bottom surface. That could be something you could do a lot with, depending on what you want to go for with your photos. My settings through the process were relatively simple. I did start off with aperture priority, but I quickly moved on to mostly manual. I did set the color temperature in my camera to 5600 Kelvin, but they are raw photos, so I wasn't super concerned about that. I set the aperture manually and the shutter speeds as I was going along, adjusting the aperture as needed to try to get more in focus when I was getting closer up, especially with those macro tubes. I did let the camera adjust ISO. This adds more work in post-processing, but it's okay. I'm not going to edit all of these photos. Let's go over some challenges, mistakes, or just things you might want to consider with product photo shoots. In my case, with this Hanji Leather Pen Case, I think it worked out well, but I did miss some things and not try some things out that I could have. Started with aperture priority. Just use full manual or just go mostly manual mode. You have fixed lighting. You're controlling your lighting, so there's really no point to let the camera control everything. Always expect you'll probably need larger background materials, so backdrops, things like that. I was relatively limited on compositions with the smaller backdrop materials. Consider focus stacking. That could have helped out a lot with some of my product photos, but you need to set up a tripod, adjust your focus and all those things. So I didn't want to go into that for this photo shoot, but it's a very important option to consider. If you're interested in that, maybe I'll make a future video on doing that type of product photography. Consider using a circular polarizer for any type of material or case that has a reflection to it. In this situation, the box that it came with does have a pretty large reflection, but I didn't have any circular polarizers for my current lenses that would fit, sadly, so I wasn't able to do that. My lighting was set and ready to go, but I did have the panel at a power level that I didn't realize early on, so it was a little bit brighter than it needed to be. But yeah, just check all your lights, make sure it's as you need it when you get started. I wasn't sure about the product size. I should have looked at the details and tried to measure out and maybe create a mock-up before I got the actual thing so I could better judge background materials and props and things like that. Still worked out, but things to consider. Anyways, it was a very fun product photo shoot. I enjoyed it. Hopefully I can do more of these in the future. Then thanks to the ad agency that sent me this product and sponsored the video. Scott Photography Bonsai, thanks.